Hey everybody. So I wanted to show you my completed French Bulldog that I've been working on. If you haven't seen my Let's Draw French Bulldogs Part 1 and Part 2 videos, please go to my video list, go to my channel, my list, and you can see those. It's a slightly long process for both, but just going over step by step in real time how my sketch process and how I do my proportions and all of that good stuff. But this is the completed work, and this was done in ink. So I took my sketch and then went over it with ink. And what I used is this precision pen, which I got from Tuesday Morning. There was a set of them that was on clearance for, I think it was 30% off, and they were like $3.99. So it was like a set of 5, and they come in different sizes in the set. And I used the smallest tip because this is kind of a small picture. I think this is 8.5 by 11 sketchbook. So here he is, and there's the candy, and then I didn't complete the, as I talked about before, I would just kind of fade out the bottom part of his body. So let's give you a close look of how I did this. So this was a combination of different techniques, just different circles and different little short strokes, and stippling like the little dots. And I could quickly show you how I did this. And I'll just turn this page. So if you look at the reference photo, a lot of this looks completely black, and how to get it not to be so flat looking and get it more dimensional is to not fill in everything completely solid black, but just get, some solid parts, some little white spaces, and that gives it dimension and a realistic look. And how I did like the almost completely black parts of his body in a kind of quick way is I take this and I will do quick little circles. Let's see if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in real quick. Maybe. I don't have, let's see. Have to get my camera settings up so I can zoom in so you can see. Okay. So what I do for those blocks of black fur is just quickly do circles, like little open circles. So that doesn't do a complete solid black. It leaves a lot of open spaces. So when I do this, then I go back and then fill in just a little bit more at a time, just more circular, even smaller circles at a time. Like, let's say this is the edge of his ear, and the edge of the ear is about almost completely black. So then I would just a little bit at a time just keep going over that until it's almost solid black. And then just, this is how you get kind of shading in ink, is to do different variations from light to dark, is just key. And since he's got short hair, it doesn't end up being curly looking hair as you fill it in. It just gives the illusion of short hair. And then parts where he's mostly white, just to give dimension and indication of little hairs, this is where I did the little stippling, the little dots, and then where he had some longer fur, which was around his back, then I would do this sort of stroke like this. And it it's a lot, it takes a while, but it's worth it in the end. And it's a meditative process. It's a calming process. If you don't get stressed out about it. Just as I was doing this, I had the TV on in the background. I'm sitting on my couch and just looking at this on my lap and the reference photo, and just little areas at a time, just filling it in and just calmingly, not worried if it's 100% correct or not, because you can always go back with a white paint pen or something to, if you do make a mistake, and cover over the black. So then I just very little used a white Jolly Roll pen for the highlights of the eyes, which I did leave some white space for the highlights of the eyes anyway, but just to make it stand out a little bit more, I just took the white Jelly Roll pen and went over it. So if you like this, if you want to see maybe a more detail, if you want to see more of these videos of how to do this inking process, just leave a comment below. And you know, it'll be a long video, but if you like that, just let me know and then we can go over it, you know, step by step, how I do, maybe sections at a time, and I could speed it up or whatever. Just let me know what you'd like to see. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I will be back with something else. So thank you.